past few days, I've gotten really into platformers. Starting with the original Donkey Kong Country, I went and played through a few levels before Christmas, just to enjoy it again. Then, the next day I started it, I happened to get a Steam card, and lo and behold, the Steam Winter Sale was on. So, what did I get? House Party. I'm kidding! Calm down, you horny Game Grumps fans. Jesus! In reality, I got Celeste, a game that hasn't flown under my radar by any means, but one that I hadn't had a chance to sit down and play. Then a few days later, I got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze as a Christmas present, and thought, well, dang, I guess I got some platforming to do. Now, while playing these games, I had just one question. What makes a good platforming level? How can it be a balance of challenging yet rewarding? What makes a platforming level, to me, memorable? The first level that we'll be focusing on is actually World 1-1 of Super Mario Bros. There are at least a few topics talking about Mario and that game design. Check out Mark Brown if you want more on that. But this is going to be a specific case study on the few things of what makes a level good in regards to mostly Donkey Kong Country. With World 1, Level 1 of Super Mario Bros., we have a fairly simple level design overall. The opening screen only shows Mario himself and the cute little hill beside him. This allows first-time players to learn how to move first off without any immediate danger, and maybe to figure out how to jump by just pressing buttons. As the player continues, we have our first obstacle, a little brown wiener with eyes. Now, if the player has never touched a game before, they might just walk up to it and get do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, showing that they did in fact lose a life. Now that tells the player, hey, that's a bad guy if you couldn't tell. Within the first screen after the bad guy, we have a little question block. Now, a question mark is quite often used as, you guessed it, question, inviting some curiosity into the player. When they hit the first block, they hear a da-ding noise, and surprise, the coin counter went up. Then they see more question blocks and decide to hit them. What's that? Another little wiener looking thing? But it looks different. Maybe I'll run into it, and now I'm big. The player can put 2 and 2 together and figure out that if it comes from a question block, it's normally good. Then as we move on, we have pipes, all different sizes but not shapes, and even a fish could get over the first pipe, but you may have trouble with the second, third, and fourth pipe. How can I get over those? The player may ask, and they'll jump around until they notice it. If they press the button longer, they jump higher. Whoa. Within the first few seconds of the level, the player was able to learn what enemies look like, what question blocks do, and even what power-ups do. Then, they were taught how to jump even higher by holding the A button all in one fell swoop. The level later introduces death pits, some wider than others, and stairs, introducing a stair with no death pit, then a stair with a death pit. Using that good old Nintendo teach him in a safe place, then try and kill him game design. Even if you look at the legendary Jungle Hijinks in the original Donkey Kong Country, it teaches the player how to control Rambi, that Diddy Kong is a thing, that only DK can kill some enemies, and even how Rambi, hidden secrets, and the main collectibles, aka the Kong letters work. Well, is that all there is to it? I hear you vehemently typing, of course not, you three-headed golly Spock. The second thing to good level design is a good challenge. Now, I believe that there is a good balance of level design. You can have a fetus baby design like Mario 1-1, which is made for actual children to learn the game. Or you can have God mode. You better have 99 lives stocked up for this, because you're going to want to throw your
insert console here
out the window after this level. Like, hold on, there's a level that reminds me of this. Oh yeah, the high road. Yeah, you thought I'd forget Crash Bandicoot 1, more like hashed bandicoochie bum, am I right, boys? Anyway, I feel like for a great platforming game, you have a good balance of, hey, this is a really nice platforming challenge, and oh, now that's just bullshit. Of course, there are going to be levels for dumb babies like Jungle Hijinks, but there are also going to be top master level games like the High Road. The issue with some challenging level design is that most of the time it's not, wow, that's a tricky jump, or man, I need some skill to make these. It's, wow, what a garbage hitbox, or why did that enemy spawn right there? So the challenge isn't a test of the player's skill, but more of an uphill battle against maybe the game's technical limitations, like say the original Ninja Gaiden. A level that does a really good job in the middle ground of difficulty is level 3A Rickety Rafters in Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. So while I was in the middle of editing this video, I watched Mark Brown's Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze video, and noticed that he happened to show off two of the same levels that I will be highlighting from Tropical Freeze, namely Horn Top Hop and Rickety Rafters. I want to be very clear that I did not steal his ideas from his video, and it is pure coincidence that we chose these levels. In fact, I think it exemplifies how good these levels are in general, and highlights how good of a job Retro is doing at making levels. I highly recommend Mark Brown's content, and in fact, I highly recommend that video in general, so go check him out after this. Anyway, here's the rest of the video. This level manages to fit well-timed jumps, quick thinking, sneaky mechanics, and well-hidden secrets in the full level. Like this part where you kill the bird, grab the vine, hop off and grab a water grape, throw it at the target, grab the vine, and then jump on the platform again. Or the part right before that where you grab a vine, wait for it. You can either A, jump on the Ferris wheel thingy like a baby, or B, be a Chad and do a perfect bounce off of the two baddies into the rocket barrel, which leads into the third thing. Rickety Rafters is a really fun level, and it has a lot of ways to do certain jumps. Even from the beginning, you can grab the vine, jump on the platform, and immediately jump up. Or you can climb the vine to the top and jump on the platform, wait for the platform to move up, and then jump. Someone who is newer to Donkey Kong Country series or to this game might not know they can make that jump at all. There are really good games that not only have this style, where a new player has a very obvious path, but someone with a tighter grasp on the movement or game mechanics might have an easier time to play. In fact, that's what most of the Kong letters are for. There are some letters, normally the K, that are fairly easy to get just about all the time, and normally the G is the hardest to get, but the game mixes it up fairly frequently. The Kong letters and finding all the puzzle pieces are incentives to get better at the game, learn the movement, the mechanics, and to just become a better player in general. I think that for games to include incentives like this, to find a faster route or to find out you can make riskier jumps in a certain way can shine. If the level is designed in such a way that it can't be speedran? Spedrun? Spedran? Speedrun? What's the past tense of speedrun? Anyways, if the level is designed in a way that it can't be whatever the word is, then there isn't an incentive to replay the level or even take risks in general. Of course, that's not to say that your level is going to be bad if you don't add this. We'll be taking a look at a level a little later that in a certain section you can't really take fast. It's okay to have sections that you want platformed in a certain way, maybe a section that is focusing on the skill of making well-timed jumps or a tight jump, but I do think that a really good level has aspects of it that can be played at a higher level, even if that higher level is found through a glitch. On to the fourth and final point. A really great level has a very memorable theme or memorable scenery. Again, this look into everything that makes a level great is mainly focused on Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze or Donkey Kong Country series in general, so your level does not have to have these four things, but in the case of the DK Country games, this is how they have great levels throughout. Each DK Tropical Freeze, and even Donkey Kong Country Returns, has very memorable scenery and a theme to go throughout. With that theme or scenery of the level includes mechanics of the level that have to do with that theme. One of my favorites from Tropical Freeze is level 2-3, Horn Top Hop. In this level, you hop on giant falling leaves, roll through leaves, get lifted by the bellows of horns, all as you make your way through a gorgeous forest, just as the trees have changed colors. Now, how wonderful is that? The horns themselves can lift you, they blow leaves back up, and the leaves gently fall for you to hop on. A great example of the mechanic fitting with the theme of horns and the season of fall. The music is perfect with the entire level, and the concept allows for fun ideas as you make your way to the barrel to eventually beat the ever-loving crap out of you. Yeah, give me my money back, you fat sack of... Speaking of music, want to know what launches this level into one of my favorite levels ever? Check this out. Yep, isn't that some hot butter on mayonnaise spread over your ears? The horns that are used in the level not only add voices dynamically to the track, but play in time to every part. You can even see the cute little owls back there somehow playing these absolute units of horns, but whatever. Beautiful beautiful scenery, fun ideas, and incredibly well done pieces in the level itself can launch a level from a mere, yeah, it was a fun / challenging level, to, oh heck yeah, I love that level. The small intricate details really make it for me, as if that's what something that your actual customer would say, and not someone that spent 3 hours just researching one single level. Now, above all of this, there's one specific level that really sparked the idea for this video, so I feel as if I have to talk about it, otherwise it'd be a sin. Out of all of the levels in the Donkey Kong games, the one that started this video is Oil Drum Alley in the original Donkey Kong. Why is that? Well, I would love to explain. Oil Drum Alley is the first level in Chemcroc Industries Inc. World 5, and it is the 27th level. What makes this level so special? Well, let's take a look at all of the ways that this level is beautiful. First off, the level starts fairly regularly, one single beaver enemy in what looks like a little hidden spot. As we walk a little further, we notice a new type of barrel, one that has fire spewing out of it, and it says oil on it. Huh. I wonder what that means. Then we have some basic jumpy Kremlin boys, a basic jump over the oil, some more jumpy boys, and a good old K. Then you have a very intricate tire jump over the oil barrel. As you continue, you have a staircase of beavers that aren't too hard, and some good timing, you might be able to land on all 3 of them. Then here we go. We have a tire jump over an oil barrel. Seem familiar? Then another jump right after, and then another. And this part is building on the introduction. Then a down staircase over oil barrels and beavers at the same time. New players might just hit the beavers, land, hit the beaver, land. But if you time it right, you can hit all 3 of them, or you might be able to just roll and jump all the way down. If you know the mechanics, you probably know what to do there, aka do a rolling jump and you pass it all. But a new player might not know that. Then you get rocketed up and surprise, there's a tire. You can roll? Well, this has been in levels before, but oh, you can roll it past the oil barrels and use that to safely clear them and get the O of Kong. Or if you want to skip all that rolling and stuff and just jump your way through, you can do that too. You can even just hop on this Kremlin right here and get the O. We get the checkpoint, thank Lord, and then we have, what? An oil barrel that is lit sometimes and not lit sometimes. Then we have a good old orange-a-ton rolling barrels at us. A nice obstacle, a little bit of a tricky jump over the oil barrel. As we continue, some more enemies and then a little pit. This pit will not kill, but it has a barrel that will sometimes be lit and then not lit, and you need to use that to clear the pit. Wow, I should rap. Then 2 orange-a-ton barrel boys needing some spicy platforming. Then a jump with a semi-lit barrel where you have to jump on it to clear it, an enemy at the top, another semi-lit barrel going down, which again with a roll momentum and the falling you can clear, but then there's not 1 but 2 oil barrels floating in the sky. This time you have to take into account both barrels' timing, and depending on how well you did earlier, you should know how to do it. After that, some enemies, a slightly higher oil barrel pit, and a long staircase with an orange dick throwing barrels at you. Then, as your final obstacle, a true test of your skill. This time, in total, you have 6 oil barrels and 2 tires to jump off of. The oil barrels this time have a different rhythm, going up, down, and then staying up for a little bit until they finally go down. Once you clear the first 2 barrels, you have to use the tire to hop onto the next 2, jump on the next tire, hop onto the final floating barrel, but then there's one that's off rhythm. Oh Jesus, what do we do? Oh, you made it. Nice. Now if you use that final barrel's height, which you might know at this point, you can hit the final secret, which is the G of Kong. Wow, what a level. It introduces mechanics well, obviously showing you the first oil barrel with nothing in the way, then showing that sometimes they're lit, sometimes they're not lit, and sometimes you have to jump on them to clear the pit. Again, I should be a rapper. It also has some nice platforming challenges like the last challenge in general, and some maneuvering from the enemies. And of course, it does have a few parts for veterans of the DK series, and not to mention the insane secrets like BAM! Rambi's in it! It even introduces an entirely new level type, the Factory in Donkey Kong Country, with the metal clanging and the gears, cogs, and chains hanging in the background and foreground, along with the oil barrels, not to mention the metal sheet patching on the floor. It really makes the place tie together. And finally, the music in this level is sublime to fit with the eerie feeling of going through this factory, and it's a brand new track to fit with a brand new level type. So what did we learn today? How to make a good level and stray from the garbage. Oh, what did we learn today? To recap, great Donkey Kong levels include a way to teach either the entire game's basics, a brand new mechanic, or just how a certain level works. They also include a good challenge, not too hard and bullcrappy, and not so easy that my dog could do it. A great DK level also has to have some secrets, jumps, and things in general for veterans of the series or people just good at platforming that they can use and grasp quite easily. And finally, it has a great theme with nice little details with a main mechanic that fits the theme quite well. Like I touched on earlier, a game does not have to do these things. These are things I've observed while playing mainly Donkey Kong Country games. And of course, you can have great levels that focus on one aspect of these 4 things. Super Mario Bros. 1-1, like mentioned, does a great job of teaching the player and introducing the basic mechanics, yet it lacks challenge. It's still a great level for what it does in teaching though. See what I mean? This isn't a full guide on level design, but a case study on the Donkey Kong Country series and how they do it. And considering how beloved these games are, they definitely know how to make a good level. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like or subscribe button, not both, and leave a comment telling me your favorite level in any platformer, whether it be 2D, 3D, Super Mario World, or Knack 2, let me know. Again, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.